What's up, guys? Before we get started, we want to let you know about our sponsor, Fresh Prints.
You guys need new uniforms for the upcoming sports season or want to have a matching shirt for the big family reunion? Maybe have a cool design that you also want on a shirt. Fresh Prints has got you covered for all your screen printing or embroidery needs.
Yeah, so go to freshprintsinc.com. That's fresh, P-R-I-N-T-Z, Inc.com, or check them out on Facebook to see what they have to offer. Again, that's Fresh Prints with a Z, Inc.com. Now, let's party.
Yo, I was in the shower. Call me back.
What's up, guys? I'm Josh.
I'm Jared.
And as always, we've got the man behind the ones and twos, the wizard to our Oz, BJ.
What up, BJ?
What's up, BJ? You can find us on, man, my throat, Facebook, Instagram, nowhere else when it comes to social medias.
Good.
Under the Melon Party, you can also find our merch store if you're interested in buying some Melon Party merch.
Yeah, buy some stuff.
Yeah, we've got coffee cups,
shirts,
t-shirts,
mugs, all kinds of
a
stuff.
bit of everything. So go check that out. You can find that on our Facebook also. It's pinned there in our header, whatever they call it.
Whatever.
Yeah. Jerry, where else?
Well, we got the Melon
else we
Party
can-
hotline where you can leave us a message, scream at us, give us topic ideas, tell us we're cool, uncool, whatever. We got 317-520-3168, or give us an email at themelonpartypod@gmail.com.
Well, let us know if anything.
Shoot us a line, drop us a line, let us know what's going on.
All right, so today we got another guest. We got a really good friend of ours.
Looking forward to this one.
Yeah, this is the first guest out of our circle. We're gonna try to get everybody on here sooner or later. But who we got today is our good friend Dick Stein.
What up, Dick Stein?
Hey guys, how's it going?
Good, man. Glad
Thanks
you're
for
here.
coming, bro.
Yeah. So one thing we want to discuss is you're in chips with Dick, right? Did I say all the words right with that?
Close. In the chips with Dick.
I left the this out this time.
In the chips with Dick.
Okay, yeah, I always leave the in or the out.
What are you doing?
I'm an idiot.
Get good, bro.
Get good. And it's Instagram where you try potato chips. First of all, you flavor them. First of all, you sniff them. You give them a good sniff, which is important.
It's like the sommelier of chips.
And then he tastes them, and then he kind of gives his review on the taste, and then he'll do it later on. He'll do a sandwich. Does a sandwich?
Oh, is that right? I've
Yeah, I
never
do the
seen
sandwich
it. I don't have
version,
Instagram,
too.
so I
Yeah,
don't know
you got to get it. You got to follow.
You gotta get on
Yeah.
it. Get good,
So-
bud.
It's wine tasting, but with potato chips.
Delicious.
You know.
I'm into that.
And it's a passion, which is awesome about it.
I like potato chips. I mean, who doesn't?
Yeah.
As an
Exactly,
American.
I would always just try all these new chips, go out, search for them, keep screenshots on my phone of what I wanted to try next and what I could find. And I was talking to our buddy Mike Sullivan about it, and he was there was another account, so we totally ripped this off of somebody else.
Oh, sweet.
It's not an original idea.
No, they ripped
Shocker.
off you.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were first, and we would talk about that, and I would share some of it. Mike was like, "Man, you should start like reviewing those and posting videos and stuff." So
Yeah.
dedicated my first one to him, and
Sweet.
then just kind of snowballed after that.
How many
So,
you got
yeah.
going? How many have you reviewed? Do you know?
I have reviewed. I counted the other day. It's in like the 70s. at
Dang,
this point. Yeah,
different
like,
chips
it's-
every
Yeah,
time?
different chips
Yeah.
every time.
Do
yeah.
you order
So,
most of them online, or is there a dope store around where you can get a bunch
well,
of them?
like there's always company, Lay's, Doritos, Pringles,
Sure.
always coming out with all kinds
New
of
stuff.
new ones. And so I would just find they did like a honey mustard Dorito. Better try that,
Lime sprinkled zest.
Exactly, yeah. And I'm a sucker for marketing, so I'll try
Yeah,
something new.
Okay.
And,
I never do that.
try those, and
I
then
always get the same stuff.
yeah. Well, it's
I like my standbys.
sometimes I'll get the big bags if I can find the small bags. That's better because you never
You're
know,
right.
you might not like
You
it.
get the big
Yeah.
bag. bro.
And then one day, got home from work, and there was a 3-foot tall box on my front porch, and I was like, "What did I get drunk and order last night and not remember?" And saw it was from Los Angeles, and Mike dropped like $150 on potato chips from the 2 different stores. There's Exotics Only
cool.
in LA. and then there was like
was
this
gonna say.
Chinese food mark.
Yeah, I was gonna say
H
those
Mart,
are the
H
best.
Mart, yeah.
I
And,
guarantee that's where
he sent me
went.
literally a duffel bag full of like
Awesome.
40 different potato chips that I'm still working through.
Really
9
awesome.
months later.
Mike's great at that. Mike actually works with us on ideas. He also does the
NAF
the
news.
NAF news, but he is definitely somebody. If you have some sort of idea or a passion or whatever, and you
Love to bounce
you
stuff
give
on
him.
Mike a call, and he will lead you in a direction. With
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, his brain's never not working.
Never,
about
always
something.
going
Yeah.
overdrive.
And I
for
mean,
sure.
he's finally in a creative space too, because he's always had a creative mind. Now he's working in film and stuff, so it's really cool to see him finally.
Do you
get to
make
that
the
point.
same kind of sandwich every time, just with the chips on them
Yes.
of the new time?
So the account that did the chips, he also did. He does an account. I'm not going to sponsor him, but where he would find these old like 1910s cookbooks, like
Yeah.
the ladies kitchen book of 1922.
The lady's companion.
Yeah, and it would have all these sandwiches. And of course, back then it was like you take white bread,
Yeah.
and you put butter on it, and then you put a slice of like
Pimento
Yeah,
loaf.
exactly, yeah. And so he would make all these old timey sandwiches, but it was always take a piece of white bread put butter on it. So you put potato chips on the sandwich.
Yeah.
Bologna with some Lay's on it back in the day,
Delicious.
some wavy Lay's,
Absolutely.
little ketchup, delicious.
Yes.
So most of the time I'll do bread with butter and then whatever it is. But
Okay.
I've changed it up a couple times. If there's like a Mexican or taco flavored chips,
Okay.
I'll put it on a tortilla with a little bit,
Look at that. That's
and
wise.
then the chips we're gonna try here a little bit later. I did a little something different with those too. So
nice.
I've changed it up, but most of the time and I don't use white bread. I eat wheat bread. So most
Yeah.
of the time it's wheat bread with butter. And
You got your trademark too.
exactly, yeah.
With
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's
So I've got
awesome.
my little spiel I do with that, but same account and the chips we did.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I just do 'em
I'll have to
back and
check
forth,
that
yeah.
out.
So since you're here, we did NAF news. Was it the last NAF news? Yeah, I think it was the last
so.
one. Second one we did. There was the CHAZZ company that you didn't think was real.
No.
With the Dick and Pussy chips.
The jungle pussy chips.
Yeah, well, I ordered some.
Shut up.
They are real.
They are real. I've got some right here.
What?
And I saved them. Well, it took 23 days to get.
They came over on a boat?
They came from England.
Dang.
I think they came by Bald Eagle.
Merkel
But-
Airlines.
so we've got the CHAZZ. But what's great about these is they come in this.
That's a cool box.
Yeah, they come in like a box, and you get a little card with a "Do you know?"
Oh, there's
like a little-
Adam on there with holding a potato chip.
Read
Yeah.
what
Those
that
are the
card
jungle
says.
ones, though. Huh?
10. Did you guys know 10% of all people's dreams are related to sex?
10%.
10%.
10%.
Woman dreams involve famous people. Men dreams involve having sex with several partners at the same time.
Oh,
A lot of prison dreams I have.
I guess that's it. Yeah. We get off topic here a little bit, but you guys have like usually it's some person I've never seen before in my life.
yeah.
Yeah, it's always something strange where it wakes me up.
I don't.
anymore.
I don't remember my dreams unless they're like a super vivid sex wet dream,
Yeah.
and then I wake up and I'm like, oh, I was just in like an apocalyptic Aztec temple, being serviced by maidens or something. Then I'll like remember that.
Yeah,
Was that a little too specific? Sorry.
that actually happened last night.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds like what you're thinking about when you're going to sleep.
Exactly.
All right, so we'll rip these are the Dick chips,
Oh yeah,
Jungle Edition,
Jungle Edition. Dick
Not named
chips.
after me, like
Yeah, no.
penis.
Yeah.
These are penis.
like a
Penis.
peni.
Like a penis. Yeah.
18
chips.
plus adults only.
Oh, okay.
Oh wow,
Man, they took this shit
Yeah,
serious.
the extreme flavor
Yeah.
of these is for adults only. Huh?
We've
No
got
minors.
no preservatives. All
good.
bodies taste good.
Yeah, well, I don't
I've
know.
had some that haven't.
No need to lie.
Depends. Did this guy work out first?
There are poo-poo tinkies out there in the world.
There's also 18 over because it can get you pregnant.
Exactly.
Then it says wild taste and yes for sex.
Okay.
I've been thinking all week about what this could possibly
Yeah, it tastes like
like
it's gonna be salty.
your teenage peanut butter
You
grundle.
start us out. Get us a
Like,
sniff. Do
okay,
your
I'm
spill.
gonna do my usual.
Yeah.
Get you-
Let me
get you
see
a
the
hit.
process here. I want to get this firsthand.
Oh,
Just smells like a kettle cooked chip. Really, it doesn't have like a specific
Okay.
Yeah, there's-
smell to it. They're smaller chip. They are almost like a kettle cooked chip. So let's try this out.
Let's see what's going on.
A little ASMR there.
Yeah,
A little
I don't know.
ASMR for everybody.
So, do they taste like dick?
First impressions.
Well, sorry, I don't have a comparison.
nothing.
Dick
And
flavor.
he's
Sorry.
tried 70 chips
No.
and he doesn't have
Yeah.
a comparison. Wow.
No dick.
I don't think he has a comparison.
I almost
to
get like
what dick tastes like.
they're a kettle chip, so it does say there's almost like a little fruitiness behind it.
Fruity
Maybe.
dick. Okay.
Spicy at all?
Not spicy at all.
Did they come in from the port of San Francisco?
Not super salt. Do you almost get like almost like a banana? That's a little too on the point. But you almost get a little banana on the back of your tongue.
I do get the banana. It
There's
reminds
a little
me of
fruity.
It reminds me of the artificial banana flavoring.
Yeah, not like like a banana Laffy Taffy. Or
Yeah.
something
You're
like
right.
that,
There is
where you're-
something kind of citrusy fruity.
Yeah,
They're actually pretty decent.
that's not bad.
I was
Those aren't
expecting
bad.
something to be
I was
super
not-
salty
You're good?
and
I was not expecting that. Yeah.
Hmm.
Again, I didn't know what I was. I'm thinking of like your.
They kind of like the aftertaste kind of tastes a little bit like the powder from raw min.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, like your seasoning packet.
Like the seasoning packet from a raw min or like a cup of noodles or something. That's kind of
Yeah.
the aftertaste
But I mean,
I'm getting here.
That was-
there's a flavor though I can't. It's familiar. I just can't pinpoint it though.
It's definitely got a little bit
Oh,
of
it's
fruity.
semen.
Oh, that is it. That's it. Couldn't put my finger on it, but
No, it almost tastes like the banana runts.
okay, I can see that. Yeah.
Or no, not the.
I did
the-
not expect fruity though. I expected.
But there is a banana. Here,
How'd you not expect fruity with a
I guess.
here, I'm gonna give
On
you.
the dick chips?
So you can go take all these with you,
Oh,
so you
okay.
can sandwich them.
So
Oh, yeah,
that,
we'll
that,
do the actual-
They
I
came from
appreciate that.
Switzerland, wasn't it? But they come through England,
Like
right?
Croatia or
I bought
something.
Croatia.
Croatia, and
Yeah.
I bought them from an English company.
Yeah.
All right, so
That's
so
a
you-
beautiful box.
So apparently, Eastern European cocks taste like banana. So
Or
that's-
raw min packets.
Good job. Or ramen pack. Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
thanks, but
it's almost
we'll-
like
They
a-
are pretty good kettle chips.
And
though.
like a banana now and later.
It's almost like
or,
an action figure box
or
too.
Laffy Taffy.
yeah, it's a big box.
We'll have to post some pictures of that.
Yeah, it's a
It's
nice
cool
box.
Yeah, we'll
And
post
it-
some on the website.
And the thing is the chips I bought were it was only like $13, but the order was like 40 something.
For shipping.
Yeah, the shipping was like $30.
Listen, man.
Yeah, whatever.
you gotta-
That's,
So we're gonna get into the vagina ones here.
Yeah.
Oh, about time.
let's be professional.
one-
Vagina.
Yeah, this one comes with another card. And do
read this
you know? And the O's. Look at that. How cute is that? The
Oh, they're
boobies.
like titties.
Yeah, they're boobies.
I like that.
The O's in the letters are boobies. According to General Social Survey data, millennials are having 3 times less sex than their parents.
Oh, wow.
Live interaction
Prudes.
will always be the most important thing between people. Share this pack and start making love.
Oh, there we go.
They're too busy butt chugging to have sex.
I tell you what, Me Too will get you.
Yeah, listen, they all got canceled.
Me too will slow some things down, huh?
Listen.
I've never had to sign an Adobe form before I had sex before.
Oh man!
I'll send you the DocuSign for
Yeah.
consent.
I'll tell you the packaging and the
packaging
and
is
the bags
super nice.
and stuff are really nice.
Very professional. Yeah.
So these are 18 plus adults only for the hot ones. No preservatives.
That's clearly us.
That's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
for sex. All bodies taste good. These
Yeah.
are limited edition.
Oh, well. Limited
I have a
edition.
very
huh?
specific idea of what I think.
Yeah, and
These are gonna
we do
taste
have
salty
a
fish.
preference.
Salty fish.
Salt and vinegar. That's what I'm. That's what I'm going
Yeah.
for.
It
Oh,
tastes like
yeah.
it tastes like regret.
Yeah, there's a Jessica Rabbit looking girl
Yeah.
on a stack of chips on the front.
okay.
I like that they bleep
Taste-
out the word pussy there with an asterisk.
Yeah.
Like we don't know.
Just one of the
Very that
very vinegary,
yeah
Passy flavored chips.
passy. Get that passy.
And I'm not gonna act like I have a lot of comparisons for this either.
Yeah.
But it looks kind of again they're like kettle chips, so they're a little
Yeah.
crispier.
For being shipped and how long it took and how fresh it sounds, that's amazing.
Yeah.
like, I'm impressed.
They're very.
I was
do one
really,
more.
I was expecting it to be,
Oh, it's
humorously
Well, ASMR.
bad, and they're
like
not.
real stale.
No,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
Or
they're
just
definitely
pure
yeah,
dust.
No, yeah,
Yeah,
they're pretty
they're
good.
good
really.
chips.
Yeah.
They're definitely.
I wonder why the
They
potatoes
salty.
are so small. Do they have to use like Belarusian, like baby potatoes that
Well,
are
kinda
like
all kettle
from the
chips are like
famine?
that. They're like a smaller. Kettle chip.
That's the only thing I haven't tried to make is potato chip yet.
Let me see this. I think
it would be
They're not bad.
mean,
There's a
these
little tang on the back of my tongue that
That's
maybe-
That's HPV.
maybe
That's a nice tang, though.
It's a good
I like
tang.
those.
that's a good tang.
I
I would
like
say
the-
those are better than the Dick chips.
Almost has some
Yeah.
sort of barbecue style
a little
reminder.
What is it, Mystique? What is that, Mystique? Like what the...
Something,
Yeah.
yeah, some about
Like-
fucking good though.
Those are pretty good.
maybe yeah.
They like I was expecting this stuff to taste like
Yeah.
garbage, but they actually taste really good.
Yeah, yeah, those are good.
And the
I'm-
thing is, with the size, that's gonna make a really good sandwich.
yeah,
I think
yeah.
with how small they
What am
are.
I
Yeah.
getting here?
It's real
I'm
hard
going
to
to work on this.
I know
place.
Jared's gonna come up looking like a glazed donut over here.
If the home, it ain't no fun if the homies can't have none. bud.
Exactly.
Quit hogging it.
I would
Those are pretty good.
yeah, let
they
me do
are.
one more taste. Let me do taste one
Just
more
passing
taste
them
of those.
around the way
Yeah.
friends should, right?
Exactly. Yeah, like
Listen.
yeah. Sorry, honey.
Doing some Vince McMahon stuff in this
They taste
studio
better
there.
than they smell.
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
smell's not very
The
good.
smell's not
great. Well, I guess that holds true.
Yes.
This is one big...
These are very accurate.
The
yeah.
pussy chips smell bad, taste good.
You know
Go
what?
figure.
I feel like that second tasting tasted a little different. than
They're
the
building
first one.
on you. Got a little
Yeah.
building flavor
Definitely
profile in this
A
pussy.
little salty. Yeah, those are good. I'm gonna say I like those better than the Dick one.
I do too.
Go
the
figure.
Dick ones, I'm gonna say like 6.13. Not bad.
6.13. Okay,
Not
wow,
bad.
that's
That-
a very accurate rating
a little-
scale you have.
That's what he does.
2 decimal points.
A little unexpected with the banana kind of flavor to
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Those, I'd give those a solid like for fun and just because of what they are. I'm gonna say 6.9.
Oh,
6.9.
6.9. I see what you did
6.9
there.
out of 10.
Nice.
6.9
Not the
to
best.
the infant.
Nice.
Not the worst.
Yeah.
Couldn't eat the whole bag, but I would definitely munch on those. And again, like that's a really cool looking box.
Yeah. And you're
Very
a,
cool,
you're a
yeah.
you're a collector and displayer.
Those were
so
kind of
Yeah.
salt and vinegar, but they
Yeah.
had like a mesquite barbecue.
Yeah,
kind
both of them have something
spice.
very familiar
Familiar,
that you
yeah.
can't like pinpoint
Probably paprika.
something.
What,
Hopefully
yeah,
they'll-
what do they use in Eastern European?
Yeah.
That's like
Well,
something they would
it-
use. In.
They use
All three of you, though, had picked
Capitalist
vagina
tears.
over the dicks, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
I was waiting to see which one you guys would pick.
Yeah.
To make a comment.
another bucket of dick chips, bro. Fuck that, bro. I'm all mad. I'm hung like the mighty oak tree.
So we did it. I had to pick up an extra one for
Oh,
Jared and I.
surprise! Surprise one.
These are the CHAZZ. No taste enhancers on these. No preservatives. 100% natural ingredients. Tortilla chips, cannabis flavor.
Cannabis flavor.
And we have a little no palm oil.
Oh, that's good.
Thank
Oh my
God.
God.
I don't know what that means.
They
but
just
thank-
got hash oil on them, bro. Pass them over, man. Let's get roasty.
But they have on the another great cover. They've got a cannabis leaf on here, but they've also have a what is that? The Day of the Dead from the
Oh, the
Hispanic.
Dia de los Muertos.
They've got one of him with his tongue hanging out with the chip
Oh,
on it.
nice. Those are cool little masks.
There is a habanero on here, so I don't know if these are gonna be spicy, but
What?
I'll let you rip
They-
that one so you can get that smell right out the gate and let you do
Yeah.
your thing. You're the pro
Again,
here.
another cool bag. Another
We're
cool
just
bag.
we're just partakers.
Yeah, another ASMR on the bag.
But
there.
and like even the bag has
Heavy
like a
duty.
real solid
yeah,
Heavy
feel
duty.
to it.
Yeah. they're not cheap chips.
Again,
They've done the
no,
work here.
no smell.
No smell. These are
Oh,
tortilla.
those
huh?
are
these
toasted.
are tortilla.
Oh, they're
they
like
are
toasted tortilla, like little octagonal ones, like the fake.
Got some crunch, huh?
Got a little crunch to them. Oh, you get spice right away.
Okay.
the
A
habanero.
little spicy.
Oh, these might
I would say it's got a real.
Got a genetically modified weed habanero
smell
strain
at all.
here.
It's got that little, like generic Doritos, or almost
Like
like a
kinda
little
allspice.
tougher, a little tougher.
Yeah, I can tell on your crunch. There's quite of a little
Yeah.
a little
more.
more substantial,
little more-
little thicker
little more
chip than the
pressure.
Kettle Boy.
I don't know that I'm getting cannabis in those, but
I do like the texture and the crunch.
but
So yeah, they're triangle
crunch.
shaped.
Because
They are thicker like a
Yep.
regular corn
it
tortilla.
crunches, but it doesn't like shatter, kind of
Yeah.
thing. You know. Oh, there is a spice hit me in the
Yeah.
side of the tongue there.
yeah, it's got a good spice.
Oh yeah,
Gonna give me
habanero
heartburn.
immediately.
I don't know about.
Not super spicy though.
I got
super
Zantac if you need it, fellas. No, but listen, this may be one of my favorite episodes as you guys are chewing. Just listening to you guys describing and like giving it in a heartful meeting.
Yeah.
It's just making me giggle a whole lot.
That's what I kind of shoot for on my
There's nothing
on my
cannabis.
reviews.
I've watched it. Yep.
Yeah,
Good
I
stuff.
gotta
No
go-
cannabis.
I gotta
No cannabis allowed here.
Yeah, yeah.
And for
Quite spicy though.
Yeah.
for people who partake in cannabis, not getting any cannabis, but once again, CHAZZ.
Yeah.
That's a
Pretty
good
good.
chip. That's a
That's a
good
good one.
chip.
Yeah,
I
that's a
feel
good
like
one.
that's pretty similar to the pussy flavor spice.
Yeah, a little
Just
bit.
a little more to it.
A little more
little
nuance.
more to it. Jared licking his fingers. That's how he's. Yeah.
That is so I have to say I am
thanks,
I
buddy.
am thoroughly impressed with CHAZZ.
CHAZZ did a good job.
I was expecting this to be some sort of joke. where
yeah,
it's
like low quality,
where-
kind of gag gift style.
Yeah, and if we can sell one box to 100,000 people, we've
right,
done
these are
it
going to be
kinda
like
thing.
bachelor party gifts.
Yeah,
and
but
whatnot.
I would actually buy it if I saw those chips
Those are
like
pretty
in
good.
the convenience store. I'd buy them every now and then.
Not in America.
Yeah,
None American,
but
by God.
so it makes me really want to. I really want to order some of their other ones and try some of them. That's an actual. Okay, so
better order them now.
so they're
Get 'em on
doing
that boat.
Yeah, so they'd be here at Christmas.
You got a
We
couple
spice
weeks.
them
Yeah.
with capitalist tears over in Croatia. They are delicious.
I'm sure those shops in LA have got them. They probably have some of their
Probably,
other
yeah.
ones. But yeah, I'm actually wow. Okay,
It
CHAZZ.
seems like it would be at Spencer's. you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
Definitely.
Yep, be up at the front counter.
I'd put those cannabis ones maybe right in the middle there, like 647. we'll say.
666 for the
Nothing-
devil's weed.
Nothing. Nothing.
Weed for madness.
They don't stick out, but like I said, the texture. I really
not
like
bad.
the texture.
Yeah, there was nothing cannabis
Yeah.
at all
A
about them. They
really
don't
good
smell
dip
like
and chip.
Cannabis.
Yeah, that'd be
they don't
good.
taste like
You
cannabis.
could dip that in anything. That
that was a
is
solid
sturdy.
chip. Yeah, you could
That's
dip
solid.
that in mud.
Yeah,
I-
that's a good.
I've
chip.
had some bad chips, and
Yeah.
that's not
Yeah.
at the range of my bad
What's the
chips.
worst chip you ever had?
Worst chip I've ever had. Again, it's kind of not fair to Mike because he sent me literally 40 bags of chips. So,
You may find one worse.
so there's going to be some bad ones in there. These were called Chippy chili and cheese corn chips. They were like a generic Frito.
Okay.
We love
I,
Frito chili
I saw
cheese.
this review.
Yeah,
I
but
hate
they
Frito chili cheese, bro. Those
they
are
were
gross.
like dry and
hard.
just not flavorful. There was no chili. There was
You said there was no
cheese.
smell.
There was no smell.
nothing.
Yeah, it was
Just like a dry
Even the
chip.
sandwich didn't help them.
Yeah, no, I made sure they weren't expired. Like,
Yeah?
they just were. There was just no
They were just
flavor.
bad
They were
chips.
just bad chips. Yeah.
It's,
so
it was almost like it's a chip for people who like have health issues.
Yeah,
and can't
have
have anything
have been
like me. They
smoking
can't
for
have
40
anything
years.
good.
And
Yeah.
they can't taste
Yeah.
it. So they're just-
Post-COVID chips.
yeah, exactly. Perfect for them. So those got a 2.0.
Oh, wow. 2.0. That's a bad
next-
score, Chippies.
And this is out of 10, right?
This is out of 10.
Okay.
Yeah, this is out of 10. Next worst, these are very recent. These were Calbee onion soup. This was another
Onion
one that Mike
soup.
sent me.
My mom loves onion
But
soup.
onion soup, what flavor would you expect to taste?
Onion, of course.
Onions, yeah.
Nothing.
You got
Just
nothing.
Nothing. There was no broth. There was no onion. There was no.
Did it,
was
give any flavor?
no. It was just like eating just like a
plain Lay's chip?
Not even a plain Lay's. At least that has like
was like
salt and,
cardboard?
yeah, it was just like your brain was like, hey, I'm eating something.
But there's
But
nothing
there's
there.
nothing.
Is this chewing gum?
It was one of those where I was like, shit, do I have COVID?
Yeah, that's terrible.
I can't taste anything. So they were not good. And then my third worst rated, so those were a 3.0. This one was a 3.5. This was a donation from our buddy Andy.
Okay.
He brought these over. He went to go see Notre Dame over
Oh,
in
in
Ireland.
Nice.
So he brought some Doritos loaded pepperoni pizza.
Ooh.
Those sound great.
Again-
do you think Doritos could knock that out of the park?
You would think, but it
Doritos
was
is
just
solid brand.
no flavor. It was like a worse version of those CHAZZ tortilla chips, where there was
Really?
just like a hard, just flavorless Dorito.
Yeah.
Like they were just stale.
That's
So those
too-
were just not good. Those were
Well,
my
Ireland does
three
struggle
worst,
with
yeah.
some flavor.
Do you guys remember in like middle school those pizzerias chips?
Oh yeah,
When you
Yeah.
like eat those, and they were delicious when you get like the spicy, the seasoning on them, but
Yep.
then when you chewed the chip, they just turned into a dough ball in your mouth.
Yeah,
It was like
just,
literally
dry.
eating raw pizza
Yeah.
dough.
Yeah.
Gross.
So I would
No.
just like lick the seasoning.
lick 'em and throw 'em back in the
And
bag.
Throw 'em in the bag. Dude. Like,
And
the
your mom
seasoning's
later's like,
yeah.
what did you do?
One I wanted to ask you about wrap snacks.
Wrap snacks.
Wrap
I have
snacks.
nothing
Never
but good
heard
things
of
to
them.
say about wrap snacks.
Yeah, because when I was in Detroit, it was the first place I saw them.
Never heard of them.
Yeah, they have like wrappers on them. I thought it was like, I was like, this is cute.
That's right.
Yeah.
I have heard of those.
And then they exploded.
gas stations and Walmarts.
They got
where else would you
fine.
want them if you got potato chips?
I was on 8 Mile and Gratiot right in the hood in Detroit.
I'm saying
And
that.
I was
They have
laughing. I was like, this can't be
cheddar
real.
Bob flavored 8 Mile chips.
Well, they've got like big guys, like
They have like
big guys.
Quavo and 3 Amigos and
Yeah,
no.
some
Snoop.
big names.
Yeah, Snoop. Well, Snoop's on everything.
Yeah, he's on everything. Yeah, I think there's like a Lil Kim or Cardi B.
Yep.
I think they had some.
Wow.
I've tried a couple of those. Dill pickle jalapeno. I don't remember whose those were. That was like a 7.2.
Wow, big
Cheddar
number.
barbecue tortilla. Those were Snoop. Those were 7.92.
Wow,
So that was a good.
big number,
Hey,
Snoop.
okay,
Did it.
because I see them quite a bit. I'll have to check them out.
Sour cream and ranch, truffle. Those were 7.6. So that was a good. And I think those are the 3 that I've tried so far. But yeah, they were really good. So they're like a collaboration between rappers and
That's
and,
cool.
some chips.
I'm
and
gonna
stuff.
check
So
those out.
I had a big
man.
recommendation for those. So
I got a couple hot takes on some chips that I wanted to fire at you since
Okay.
we were talking about worst ones.
Yeah, let's go.
Worst chips of all time for me. Like the worst chip I have ever had in my life. I fucking hate them. Sun chips.
Oh, get the fuck
come
out
on.
of here!
Yeah,
That was a
dude.
hot take.
Sun chips.
Get
Spicy.
Super popular.
I fucking hate sun chips, dude.
Get the
That shit.
Those are the best.
Let me go lay some wet cardboard in the sun for a while and then carve it up and eat it.
You just don't have
Bro.
no appreciation of culture.
Exactly.
Listen, second worst chip, also a hot take. I'm sure I'm going to offend some people. Munchos. They're terrible.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
don't
could
like,
go with you.
Yeah,
They
I
are
agree.
terrible.
Nachos are mediocre.
They're
yeah.
granulated salt boiled
well, they-
and like fried.
They also stink up whatever area
Yeah.
you're in.
They
the whole area
stink.
will stink like them.
They stink.
Yeah.
They're like
I can do
Subway
that.
bread.
But I'm
It
not
like
gonna let
seeps into your
It's
clothes.
in your clothing. You got
That's
to
what
wash
I'm
after you eat
saying,
them.
I'm
dude.
not gonna let you get away
No,
with the sun chips.
no,
though.
No.
fuck some sun chips.
The sun
chips
chips
I'd be hanging
with
out
the
with
red
Worski all the time growing up, staying at his house, man. That's all them motherfuckers eat. Be like, I got sun
good.
chips. I'd be like, man, get some motherfucking different chips in here,
Yeah.
bro.
The sun chips with the red bag.
No.
Oh, yeah. The
All
garden
the
salsa.
sun
Golden
chips.
salsa.
Oh, yeah, those
so
are-
good. Some of the best.
No.
That's why I
Great
like it.
I
texture.
will die on this hill. No sun chips.
It is a molehill.
I actually
Get
have
the
a
hell
sun
outta
chip
here.
on my watch list.
What?
There's a
Oh,
sun chip.
no.
I have
You
on
got
my
a watch list.
Well,
Nice.
like I said, I keep a list of things I want to. I try to
Oh,
find, or people
nice.
sent me. Like Worski
Oh,
just
that's
sent me
cool.
something a couple weeks ago. So I keep a
Sweet.
list of all of them. So when I'm out and
Hate
about,
sun chips, dude.
I look for them, and I don't even remember what the flavor was, but there is
can't
there
believe
is a
you've
sun
done
chip
this.
on my list.
You know what the
Yeah,
most
so.
overrated chip is? That's just like not worth the value for the quantity.
Cheetos.
No, Pringles.
Whoa.
Ooh,
Pringles are delicious, yes,
Yes.
but you do not get enough of them for the $5.99 tube that they come in.
Well, the packaging, they can't change their packaging. It's trademarked.
Yeah.
You know it's a Pringles
You know
can.
it's a
You can
Pringle.
take the wrapper off.
How
throw it
many
on the
people
floor
get
like
their
it's
hands
Pringles.
stuck in the Pringle can every year? You'd have to
I
go to
didn't
the ER.
yesterday. I was driving down to Louisville for a show, and I was just like doing this.
Because
and
you're
I
a
was like,
professional.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's how you do it.
People just
Shaking a Pringles can.
You sure that wasn't the dick
Dumping
chip?
them on your
Yeah.
face. I love Pringles are delicious, but
What
they
about-
are overrated.
what
Most
about-
overrated chip.
What about Stacks compared to Pringles? Because I got into Stacks for a while. Because Stacks was
have
less
tried-
expensive.
Right. There are
Same idea.
And they're
Tried
still
those
out
maybe
right now.
once. Yeah, I think I've tried them
tube
once,
chips.
maybe.
I mean, overrated.
Well, Stacks though they put them in the little cup, so it's easier to get them out.
Yeah.
Easier to
Easier,
drive
yeah.
with, definitely, than a Pringles can. But the Pringles can's legendary. They can't change that
you
up.
can't.
Yeah, I get it.
You know,
but I mean, overrated.
Well,
Yeah.
I do have something to want to ask you guys if you've ever heard of these. Here are 15 potato chips no longer available in the United States.
Old chips. huh?
Planters potato chips came in the same container as Pringles.
Really?
It was called Planters.
Planters, like the peanuts.
I got one in my mind that I hope is on your list.
This one was on made an appearance of Macaulay Culkin, Home Alone. Crunch Taters.
Crunch taters is
Yeah.
what I was just thinking of. I love crunch taters.
Dude,
So good.
Keebler had Tato Wilds, T-A-T-O.
Oh, I remember Tato Wilds.
Taters?
Yeah,
Oh,
Taters
never
were
had those.
good.
That
Those
one's
were good.
That one's now.
They were like actual like potato skin chips. They had like the skin still on the back of them.
This one I never even heard of. Blue Bell barbecue potato chips. It looks like it came out in the 50s.
Blue
Ooh,
Bell.
yeah, I've
Bell.
never heard of those.
Yeah, I looked this up when you guys were. I knew he was coming up. Wow.
Oh, I remember
Wow.
chips. I remember
Yeah.
Wow
Remember
chips.
the bag, yeah.
Weren't those the ones that were made with that fake ass like fat, like not Splenda? What's that other shit that they put in potato chips that gives you like the runs or whatever? It's like
I don't know.
It's the new. It's not.
You tell me.
It's like an oil of some kind. It's like ethanol.
Is it
I
palm
wanna keep
oil?
saying-
Palm oil,
I
yeah.
keep wanting to say like ethanol, but that's not
No.
it. It's something with an E,
Yeah,
I
I don't
think.
Cheetos Cheesy Checkers. Came out in 95, discontinued in 98.
Were those,
those
like
like
the
the
honey?
grid,
They were
the
like the
square?
honeycomb.
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah,
I
the
think so.
honeycomb, yeah.
Yeah, I remember those.
Cheetos Crunchy Salsa con Queso.
Ew, that sounds disgusting.
That was recent, 2015.
That sounds really good.
There was a brand from General Mills called Joey Chips, the corny,
chip, like
the corny potato chip. Trademark expired in 1992. The last one it looks like I have is Daddy Crisp. In the 60s and 70s, Daddy's Crisp boasted about two things: one, were audibly crunchier than your average chip, and two, they were retiringly natural.
Do
it, Daddy Crisp.
When you want a chip, all I care about is the sound.
Doritos came out the 99-cent bag in 2005. Fiery Habanero.
I remember those.
I mean,
were pretty good.
Doritos perfected the chip with the purple. The chili,
Sweet chili?
the sweet chili. That's
Yeah.
the perfect.
Yeah, that's
chip.
what the
Chili's
boys.
good.
Yeah,
You
That's
like
my
this
favorite.
sweet
It's my
chili,
favorite.
huh?
This
I
one I
think it's a
didn't know
perfect chip.
about.
Wow, perfect chip. That's big praise.
Do you remember Jumpin' Jack cheese Doritos? Jay Leno was a spokesman on the commercials.
No.
for it.
What for like the Jumpin' Jack?
It was
movie
launched
you
in
did?
it was launched in 1990.
I was gonna say
I don't
that's
remember
right
that.
around when that movie came out.
Keebler had another one, Oh Boise's.
Oh, boysies.
I remember
And
when all
then-
those
That's a good name.
potatoes-
Oh, we all remember this mug right here. Launched in 1991. Pizzerias
Yeah.
were made
Yeah.
from pizza dough, as the Keebler elf said. Tastes like real pizza, only louder.
Yeah,
I guess that's the only elf voice I have.
That's pretty good,
Not
though.
bad.
That was
Pretty
not
good.
bad.
The
Not bad.
Doritos Jumpin' Jack cheese are back. They're on my list. They were
wow.
a 7.7,
Oh.
Nice.
7.5 in sandwich form. So they do
Wow.
they do exist again. Yeah.
However, the chip lasted a few years, although they were briefly brought back in 2013 as a limited edition. So they do release them in a limited
Yeah,
edition.
that's smart on their part, though.
I miss from middle school, and I don't ever see them anymore. You remember the Crunchers in middle school?
Yeah.
They had
Yeah.
the black bag, they had the green jalapeno bag. Like the black was the original. They were kettle like
Yep.
style. They had
Yeah,
green, and then I think there was a red one too.
Those chips would get the gums, though.
Oh boy,
if
they'd
you didn't
rip
watch
you
yourself.
up. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like the Captain Crunch
Yeah.
mouth
Yeah.
annihilators.
Yeah,
yeah.
you have a
Tear
little.
you up.
They were good because they were really crunchy. They were called crunchers.
Yeah, you had a little iron to that
I
flavor.
like those.
Exactly,
Those
yeah.
those jalapeno crunchers were hot. For
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah, those were good ones. Yeah.
Is there anything that's not considered a chip that people consider a chip that pisses you off?
Yeah, is there like anything that's close?
No, some people will argue
Like rice
like
cakes or something?
You know, like is a Cheeto a chip? You
Yeah,
know,
because
like
it's kind of a puff or what?
Yeah,
What
it's
about
a
like
puff,
cheese
like a
puffs?
cheese
those
puff.
Oh,
Yeah,
I love me
like-
some cheese puffs. That's
Is
my
that
favorite.
Is
that's
that
that
a
gray
chip?
area. You know,
Yeah, that's a
that-
different.
That's
It's got
a
to
hot
typically
dog.
be potato.
Hot dog is a sandwich.
Right,
It's the same
yeah.
kind
It
of
is.
thing. You
A
know,
potato
it
chip's
is.
got to be
And
potato, right?
hot dog's not a
I mean, a
sandwich.
chip's
Yeah.
typically. Have you been doing only potato chips?
So no, I've got plenty of Cheetos
Okay,
on my list too.
nice.
I haven't done any rice cakes. Or
Oh
anything.
right, yeah.
I mean, maybe if I ever get through my list,
In the bag that
that'll
Mike sent you
happen.
as well.
Actually, my biggest, I would love to go back from the beginning and re-rate some things.
Yeah.
because
You can do. You can do that. Then you can always
I
come
mean,
back
it's my
and do
own
a re-review.
It's my own page. I can do whatever. I
Yeah,
want.
you can do
That's
whatever
right.
you
Yeah,
want.
A look back.
Do what I want.
because
Coming
literally on my list, the one thing that I will go back to and buy, because usually I'll buy it, try it, like, oh, that was good, and then I've got 1,000 more chips to try, so I don't
Yeah.
need to be buying potato chips.
Right.
The only one on my list that I will repeat buy are the Cheetos Mexican street corn.
Oh,
street corn flavor
If
is so
you
good.
have not had Cheetos Mexican street corn, Seymour Walmart,
Really?
like the only
I
place
like
in town that
fucking
has
Cheetos,
them.
dude. I like.
I could eat the
Cheetos.
whole bag all at
Really?
one time.
Street-
They
I
are
love
I'm a
so
sucker for street corn.
good.
I get
Hello.
street corn dip.
They
I
are
get street
so
corn
good.
everything.
And we
Love
make
it.
it. Yeah, we
Oh,
make it
street
here.
corn's
and it's
hot,
like,
bro.
Yeah.
So good.
That's the one thing I miss about living in
Yeah.
Los Angeles. They have those street vendors down there, and that was the
Oh,
first
yeah.
time I got the street corn was down there, and then it was the first time I got like the fruit with that like chili powder they
Oh,
put
yeah,
on
they
it.
put that.
Holy hell, that shit's
tahini
good.
sauce.
I don't even
or-
like melon, and that shit was fire.
Yeah.
There's an ice cream spot right by my house now.
They put that on the ice
put that.
cream,
It's
too.
It's Cajun, or something.
Tagine.
Tagine.
Yeah,
And
I
he
think
sprinkles
it's
it
Iranian.
on.
I think it's like a Middle Eastern spice.
He puts it if you
That
do
shit's
a
delicious.
milkshake with it. He dips the straw in it, and then like he'll sprinkle that with like the melons and stuff in it. It's really good.
That place in Seymour, down that Salsa Street opened, kind of right there on the corner by the grain silos.
Yeah.
There's a Hispanic store right around the
I
corner.
love going to the
and they do
Mexican
all that
stores.
with the
Yeah, one of my offices
fruit,
right next to there. I went over there.
Hell yeah.
The fruit with
good
all the
stuff.
spices and stuff
Hell
on it.
yeah.
Yeah, really good. So
So what are your favorites?
top rated chips of all time.
Let's go. Let's get the pros.
What's the
here.
rating too?
I'm gonna have to write these down.
So-
I got to write down it was the street corn Cheetos.
Cheetos Mexican street corns. So and literally Seymour Walmart's the only place in Seymour you can find them. So.
Oh, good. Well, I'll go there when I get dog food. That's the only
yeah,
thing I
there
buy
you
there.
And this one I knew before going in because my
Thanks for the dog food.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
my all-time favorite chip are the Lay's all dressed. They're Canadian.
Yeah, with the bagel.
That was I
Bagel
was going to
seasoning.
talk about this afterwards. You ever seen the Letterkenny episode where they talk
I
about
haven't,
chips?
but I've
You
heard
gotta
about it,
watch
yeah.
it because that was their number one chip.
Yeah, and you can only get it in America. Like again, every once in a
They
while.
say the all
Summers.
dressed are
They're like
so good. I want to try
barbecue,
some.
vinegar,
Yeah,
like
all kinds of spices.
just amazing.
Who is it again?
It's Lay's.
Lay's,
All right, I'll
but they're
reach
yeah.
out to my Canadian peeps.
Yeah, get
I
Pam.
get
You get some.
I
I
get
was
all
gonna
the
say,
Lay's Canadian
Shout out
imported too.
Pam.
Yeah, they bring me the ketchup
The
chips. and stuff in
Canadian
there.
chips are hot.
So they made a kettle cooked version of those.
Of the all
And
dressed.
I love kettle cooked chips.
kettle cooked.
Hell yeah.
So I almost went into this being like, if this isn't a 10, I'm gonna lose my mind.
Yeah, like
This
I'm
yeah.
better
done with
be a
this
10.
hobby.
Yeah.
And it lived up to it. It was so good. So that's my only 10.
Okay. Wow.
So I don't know. It's kind of like that. Like I don't think
Yeah.
anything's ever gonna top.
Yeah,
top
That's
that
your
one,
to
ceiling.
you
get
know?
to that level is going to take
Yeah,
some serious
that's what you're
work.
competing with.
Yeah.
So that's number one all time. Number two at 9.01 was Doritos hot mustard.
Oh, hot mustard, like
I
spicy brown mustard.
I love hot mustard.
I love hot mustard.
The Doritos
too.
version, it would again, like we were talking about, it will rip the shit out of your tongue.
Yeah,
Really?
Some of
Your
them do,
t-
man. Some of
your
you get
tongue
price
will
to pay.
be dry and just torn to
Crack
pieces
up in half.
because you've eaten 3/4 of that bag while you're going. But they were so good, so
mustard,
good.
yeah.
Next day you wake
I
up, your
wonder if
tongue
you should put
swollen
those
and
on like
shit.
a bratwurst one
Oh
time.
yeah, that would be good. Yeah.
See,
That would be good.
before my stomach issues, I was taking Takis, different
Ooh,
Takis.
yeah,
No wonder
Takis
you
good.
got stomach
Putting
issues.
them, well, there's a lot of reasons why my
Look at the
stomach's
Takis,
what it,
bro.
but I would put them in a Ziploc bag, smash them up, and then I'd put some other different, smash them up to real fine, and use that as my seasoning stuff for tacos. and
Listen
stuff
to
like
this
that.
guy. What do
I
I
know,
got stomach issues, dude? Freaking breadcrumb taki in your tacos.
I never
bro?
asked why my
It's
stomach
not
was
those
fucked
tuna
up.
Were you
open-faced
farting
tacos.
blood for 3 days afterwards, dude? Jesus, dude.
just-
you have to wear some like
I'm just saying, I never asked
stick
why.
a rolling paper over your brown eye to keep your drawers in check, bro.
I need my butthole to see the sun more. Or
Yeah,
something.
exactly. Yeah.
Dang.
And then my third rated chip, which again in retrospect I'd probably rate it a little lower and put the street corn up, was Lay's made a wavy carnitas street taco.
Wow,
That was
interesting.
good.
That reminds me of Jim. That's all he ever
Yeah,
got.
it's
at
all I
San
ever
Marcos.
got was carnitas.
At
Yeah,
San Marcos, give me the carnitas.
they were really good. They were really good.
I like fried pork.
And
Can't
then
go
I had
wrong,
two.
bro.
Another honorable mention
Muslims are missing out.
that I would rate up would be Ruffles Double Crunch Honey Mustard.
Oh, I love the honey mustard chip.
And I just those are still out. I just saw them the
Double
other.
Crunch,
I saw
huh?
them the other day at Walmart.
Hell
They are
yeah.
like a wavy. They're a wavy
love the
ruffle,
ridges,
but they are
man.
somehow. It's almost like two ruffles together.
Oh,
It is
nice.
super crunchy.
It's
Yeah.
kind of like double
Ooh.
stuffed Oreo, but a chip. Hell
Exactly, yeah.
I'm into
So
that.
I'm sure it's got some of
it's
the
honey
really
mustard.
nice blisters and stuff on them too.
Yeah, it's got almost like the where
Ooh,
the
yeah, those
potatoes
are
kind of
favorite.
boiled up.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Mhm.
those are highly
Delicious.
rated. So those are my
good.
those are my top ones.
To check out that street corn though, I'm gonna have to find
yeah.
that.
So those are my top. Of
I
all
wrote
time.
down a little top 5 here. I got a little top 5. You want me to start at the top or the bottom here? For
Whatever
my-
you
my
wanna do.
favorite
Whatever your
chips.
top
Let's
5.
go with the bottom here. I'll
Not
start
the
at,
boss of you.
Start at number 5 and we'll work our way up here. So number 5 for me, my personal top 5 favorite chip here. I got your plain Doritos nacho cheese. You know,
Okay.
the old classic standby.
Classic.
You know, I used to get the Doritos nacho cheese when I was younger, and then get the Frito-Lay like jalapeno cheese dip that comes in the can.
yeah,
with
yeah.
the pull top, and
Yeah.
dip the Doritos into that. That was my jam growing up. You know, I'd be like farting so much.
Do that
after
the
eating
Doritos
that.
nacho cheese with some sour cream dip.
Yeah. I
good.
hated that bean dip though. Anybody who ate that bean dip is a psychopath. You know,
I don't know about that, but-
I'm out on the bean. dip.
Yeah, I mean that bean dip's good. Their bean dip was the
No.
can wasn't very
Yeah.
good.
No, that looked like
A lot of water.
baby poop.
Yeah, a lot of water.
Yeah. So number 4 for me, you got the standard Lay's classic. I love the yellow bag
Yellow
Lay's.
bag.
They've earned
Yellow bag Lay's classic. You know, they're super greasy and they're gonna make you probably have runny poop, but they're so delicious.
A terrific sandwich.
S tier
sandwich.
Great,
sandwich
yeah.
chip. S tier sandwich chip 100%.
Adds a lot to the sandwich.
For sure. Number 3, also an S tier sandwich chip for me personally, are the Lay's cheddar sour cream ruffles.
Okay.
Love those. The cheddar
Cheddar
and
sour
sour
cream? That's
cream
good.
ruffles. Great on a sandwich. Love those. And number 2 and number 1 for me, it's almost like 1 and 1A. I kind of differentiate between number 2. Number 2 I wrote down are the Zappos spicy jalapeno.
Zappos are good.
They're
Zappos are real
Got
good.
some Zappos on my list. Yeah.
Damn good.
They're out of
I
what,
love
Michigan?
the spicy jalapeno.
Maybe.
I
Ohio,
think for a while,
something like that?
I think for a while you could only find them in like the surrounding area the factory was at for the longest time.
Yeah.
And I
They
think
make
it
like
was
a
Zappos.
voodoo. I tried a
Yeah, the
voodoo.
voodoo's
Oh
good.
yeah, the voodoo is good too.
That's a
I've
good
had
one.
those.
The black and white bag with the
Yeah.
Number 1 chip for me when I'm going to the go-to in the grocery when I go,
Drum roll, please.
Kettle Brand salt and pepper, baby.
Oh, that's good with the
Yeah.
the ground pepper.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Kettle is a
Kettle Brand
underrated.
is hot.
It's
Underrated.
the way. It's
Love
the way. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kettle Brand
It's
chip.
the way.
They got great barbecue. Their salt and vinegar are great. Those salt and pepper though, whoa, man. Ooh,
Yeah,
I
the
can't.
ground
I eat the
pepper.
whole bag every time I get one.
Yeah.
Can't stop eating them.
I'll eat some salt and vinegar all day long.
Great on the sandwich too, but they'll tear your mouth up though.
Yep.
They'll tear your
It's
mouth
the
up.
kettle.
wrong.
That's the price you pay for
That's
the
the
way they
price
go.
you pay. Listen,
You go in knowing what you're going to
you
get.
want a
Yeah.
taste profile that high, you're gonna pay for it in blood.
Kettle's the way to do it.
I got a few honorable mentions here. I wrote down. I got your regular Cheetos, your regular Fritos, basically any white corn tortilla as well. I like white corn tortilla chips, and they're all
Solid
pretty
list.
much the same.
Not much argument there.
So Jared brought up something about running right through you. That's why the Lay's Wows were discontinued.
Yeah, what was in those?
So basically, Procter & Gamble began market testing a fat-free version of their popular Pringles sack in 1996. Pringles brand manager.
That shit.
It was Lay's Wow fat-free original, Doritos Wow. They were all fat-free.
Yeah,
So-
they put some kind of chemical. in
it
there.
It's right here. So
Get the name.
although initially popular, charting sales of $400 million in their first year, they dropped to $200 million by 2000 as Olestra caused
Olestra.
abdominal cramping, diarrhea, fecal incontinence.
Yes.
Fecal incontinence is aka anal leakage.
Yes.
And other gasturial
That's
symptoms in
it,
some
man.
customers.
Those things were mud butt specials. Olestra.
them chips will give you anal leakage, bud.
Dude,
They weren't
I knew
bullshit.
there was something in that.
That sounds like one of
early
those
2000s.
medicine commercials.
Oh my
Those
God.
like
Yeah, the fast-
may cause anal leakage.
I lost 20 pounds since drinking these chips.
Man, I took the Olestra diet, man. Just sat down on the toilet and kept eating chips. Went right through me.
I just eat these chips all day. I lose weight.
Yeah.
Chip diet.
I don't like
chips, though.
I don't really like Cheetos.
Yeah.
I think
I
they're
like
kind of
Cheetos.
overrated.
Never really did.
I think they're too messy for
They are
for
super
the
messy.
for what
messy.
you're getting.
Not
you
the
know?
messy. I just didn't like I felt like sometimes maybe you used to buy those 99-cent bags of Cheetos, right? We all did. Maybe I think I ate too many expired ones because I was like, why is this so
Why am
like
I
a
eating
rock?
rocks right now?
When they're
Yes.
when they're expired, they're real bad.
Yeah,
Why
am I
tooth?
eating
They're hard,
gravel right now? This
Yeah.
is powdered, cheesy gravel.
Yeah.
This shit will fuck you up.
Yeah.
Great job, man. I
that's
love the
good,
new
yeah.
chips, though, man. I'm
Yeah.
going to have to check out your channel
Yeah.
here. I'm
In
gonna
the
get-
chips with Dick.
I have to get some of them pussy chips, though.
In
Those
the
things
chips
are
with Dick.
delicious.
They were good. They were good. I'm definitely going to reach back
Yeah,
out
we'll
to
try,
CHAZZ.
we'll try them again later.
I'll have to send them an
We'll eat
email,
some more
see if they
later.
do any on
Sponsorship.
sponsorship. Maybe we'll get us a promo code or something.
Nice.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You got some
I like
VIP
it.
chips over there? What are the other ones you got?
So these I brought for you guys
Oh, wow.
to try. These I haven't posted my review of these yet.
Oh,
but I have
my.
reviewed them. These are Lay's IHOP Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity Strawberry Top Pancakes with syrup and bacon.
Shut
My
the hell
Lord.
up, dude. That was a mouthful.
Yeah.
Read it again,
Oh, that's
Josh.
beautiful. That's a great
It's a good looking bag. too.
Lay's knows what they're
I
doing.
tell you, I'm a
man.
sucker for marketing. You make a good commercial, a good jingle, a good looking
That's all-
product.
that's what it's
like,
That's all
I'll
you,
buy
huh?
it.
Because
Yeah.
if you're going to pay the money, you want a little bit of everything.
Exactly,
you know,
yeah.
put some effort. The IHOP,
Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity strawberry topped pancakes with syrup and bacon.
Syrup and bacon.
Yeah.
Holy hell! Give me
I mean,
one
you've
of
been to
these,
IHOP
bro.
and got a Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity before?
No.
Oh, well, you're about to.
Oh my god.
The smell is very strawberry. The initial smell is the strawberry. It reminds me of the strawberry in the strawberry frosted flakes.
Oh
That
yeah, like the
artificial-
dehydrated boy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yep.
dehydrated strawberries
Yep.
are amazing too.
Yeah.
So yeah, while you're trying them, like I said, I was pleasantly surprised. I thought these were like a promo only because IHOP and Lay's both had like a promotion on their social media.
World famous
Like,
breakfast flavor.
We'll send you some. Make a comment. And I
Because
was
they had like chicken and waffles, Lay's
Yeah, they've
too.
done
I
chicken
actually
and
like
waffles, yeah.
the
sweet and the
Yeah.
salty kind of combo. And then I saw these walking through the store
These
a
are
couple
amazing.
weeks ago, and
These are amazing.
They do smell like
they smell just like strawberry. And again, you get all those
Amazing.
flavors when you eat them. You taste a little bit of everything. It's good. Look at Jared's face. Like you could tell, it's
You get everything.
it is crazy.
It's an amazing chip.
I expected them to
strawberry immediately. Then you got
Yeah.
the doughy pancake. The syrup
So-
You
is
get the
there.
sweet syrup.
The
So
bacon is
balanced.
there. You get some smoke in
you
it.
get a little bit of smoky kind of in the background. Like it hits. I was
That is incredible.
very
bro.
surprised by
Really
those.
good chip, man.
Yeah,
That's,
I was very
it-
surprised.
just like how many people are sitting in a meeting like, what have we not put in the chip yet?
Yeah, we want to work with IHOP, but
Yeah.
what can we do? Yeah,
And
I'm
the
telling you, that kind of extreme flavor, if you gave that
So
to a
good.
15th century peasant, their head would just explode.
they would call you the next.
Yeah.
They're like, you are a messiah.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, you want to go back in time, forget
Those
your
are incredible,
They'd
though.
praise you or they'd hang you.
don't
One of
take
the two.
don't take that tank with you when you go back in time. Take a bag of Rudy Tooty Fresh and Fruity, and you'll be
What sorcery is this?
exactly. Yeah. So those
Who
were
is King IHOP?
exactly. Yeah.
I love it.
So I was quite
That's a
surprised by
really
those.
good
yeah.
chip.
Those are really good.
Nice. I'm interested.
Really?
Yeah.
Lay's does it though, man. I mean, because it's chip. Sometimes you get some
doing
potato
it.
chips where you got to get to the bottom of the bag to get all the flavoring.
Yeah.
Those, I mean, that's basically top middle bag.
It hits
And
right
that
away.
I mean,
Yeah.
I went through a journey. That was a great.
You had quite a lot.
Yeah,
so-
that was
a
a
great
roller
drink.
coaster of
It's really good.
extreme flavor. Delicious.
And you can buy those in stores
yeah,
right now.
yeah. I
Crazy.
found them just in the store a week or two ago.
Hell yeah.
Again, thought they were a promo thing, and
Yeah, put those on a hit list. Give
found
them to
them.
my
Yeah.
wife.
They're good.
Nice.
So,
yeah.
Those were real good.
Chips with Dick. That was awesome, bro.
Yeah,
man.
that was good.
Appreciate you doing
Extreme
that.
flavor profiles.
Yeah, go
One
check it out.
follow up question. Favorite go to sandwich chip combination?
Like
Comfort.
what? Like what would I go to? Not my like top rated.
No,
like,
just what
just-
if you're having a bad day and you're gonna make your
yeah.
sandwich? What is it?
I have not had bologna in probably like 10 years,
Yeah.
but it's got to be a white bread bologna ruffle or a wavy lay with maybe some mayonnaise on there.
That's
and you
the
get
old standby.
slice of processed American cheese.
Yeah.
Just
That's
good.
classic
Yeah,
right there.
just a classic. Like
Just-
you bite it and it gets stuck on the roof of your
Yeah.
mouth because it's all like
Gotta
up
use
in
your
there.
tongue
Yeah,
to-
exactly. Get it off
peel
of
it
there.
off.
Yeah.
Yes.
Man, that took me back
That's
to
the
like
go-to.
Yeah, you can
Summer of
still
89.
taste that. Yeah, like it's 1992. You're out of school for the summer. Your parents are at
By my-
work.
by my
You're
aunt's
making
pool.
yourself something after you're about to sit down for your
Yeah.
marathon Battletoads session. You know what I
Exactly,
mean? And
yeah.
like, I'm gonna beat this
Like,
lava
I'm
level
gonna do
today.
it, yeah.
This is the day.
Exactly.
Let me get my gamer fuel. Dudes today are drinking like Mountain Dew Code Red and shit. You know, like we
Yep.
ate. You know. Bar S bologna 3 stacks, boy, with some
Yeah.
sour cream and
Yeah,
onion
you're not
chips.
just putting one slice on there. You're
Sour
going
cream
with
and
a couple,
onion is
yeah.
my go-to chip on a sandwich.
Yeah.
On a sandwich.
I think now I am look more for what chips we have in the cupboard to put on my sandwich than I do condiments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, I look as a chip as my condiment now.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I personally like the crunch. I like adding a little bit of crunch.
Texture's
you know?
everything in a sandwich.
And
man.
that's my big beef with like lettuce, because usually lettuce can help you with that
Yeah.
crunch. But you get like a sandwich some other place or like a restaurant, whatever. Sometimes that lettuce
weak ass
is
Yeah.
lettuce.
weak
Soggy.
lettuce, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't get that crunch. I like
I
having
like
that crunch.
arugula. I like arugula on a sandwich. Delicious.
Spicy arugula, yeah,
Yum,
that's
yum,
good.
yum, 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 yum.
So, Dick, another thing that you're really into, that you and I share interest in, douchebag over here doesn't, but
Douchebag being Jared.
yeah, is cryptids.
Cryptids, yes.
You are a you've done the Bigfoot conventions and things like that.
Been to a
He's
couple.
got stickers on his cars, on his
so
discs.
you're big
Yep.
into the cryptids, and you said you brought some cryptids for us to chat about.
I did
today.
bring
I'm
some
really
cryptids
excited.
for you to talk
You
about.
sent me the list of them, and I intentionally stayed away from them because they
Okay.
were 3 that I'd never heard of before.
Okay.
I did some basic research, but I wanted to hear what Dick knew about them.
Okay.
And so I just wanted to kind of hear your point, what your knowledge on them.
Yeah. Well, like I think probably all of us, my introduction was Harry and the Hendersons.
Of course.
Great movie.
Yeah.
I need to write that. I need to introduce that to my kids.
Yeah, you got
Let
it.
me
Yeah,
write
the
that
kids
down.
would love it because
Yeah,
it's
it's a good movie.
got those little flashes of scary, but then it's like a sweet
It's
movie.
a family friendly.
And I think my little kid brain was just like, whoa, because at the time, that's what, like 1987 or
Yeah.
something? Like, Harry looks just
Real.
real. Like, he is real.
That's some pretty good FX for
yeah,
87.
like
yeah.
practical effects, yeah. And I think my little kid brain was just like, whoa, like, that is so
That's a
cool. Like,
thing?
that's a thing? Yeah. And then
That lives with us on Earth.
somewhere along the line, I can remember being in the little pit in the elementary school library, you know, they had the little sitting
Oh,
pit, you know, where
yeah.
you story time.
Right.
And right over in that corner at Emerson, I went to Emerson 4th and 5th grade, 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade. And there were Bigfoot books over in that corner. And I remember just just checking those
Gravitating
out
them.
over and over and over again. And just like, you know, that classic picture of,
Right, of him
of
walking.
Patty. It's
Yeah.
a her. Come on, Jared. She has,
No, sorry.
She has breasts.
I'm sorry, I didn't
Her
know.
name
Get
is
your
Patty.
shit
I
right.
didn't
Yeah.
know. I don't know. I don't
It's
know.
ready.
That's why I come here for the
Get good.
That classic picture. So yeah, and then after that, it just snowballed into like
Everything
just
else.
Everything, yeah. So I
There's a million cryptids, bro.
I wrote down kind of my quick top 3, and then I've got some stories of like local Indiana, since we can talk
Sweet.
about our hometown and Indiana and
absolutely.
everything. So my top 3, and I'll go reverse top 3. So we'll start at 3, kind of like Jared did. This is a cryptid now, but an animal that did actually exist at one time.
Oh.
And that is the thylacine.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
Tasmanian
like the
tiger.
Yeah.
There's a guy that I follow who he goes out into jungles and like he gets paid to study animals. He thinks they're still around.
Yeah,
He thinks
they're-
that they're very shy and
There was
that
a
they're-
movie with like Willem Dafoe where he's hunting
those,
worms.
yeah.
But they think
Yeah.
I think it's in Africa.
Yeah,
like,
it's-
or-
well, they are Tasmania and
Yeah.
Yeah.
lower Australia. They were hunted to extinction because the farmers were
Yeah.
mad that they'd come in and kill all their sheep
Yeah.
and cattle and shit.
They were rad looking.
And you've seen probably that black and white video of that
Right,
last one where it
yeah,
yawns. It's got this. It's
yeah.
like a dog cat but it's
Aw.
actually a marsupial.
Yeah, they're
Um,
wild.
And people see them. They've got these super long tails. They have stripes down their back, and there's no other animal that looks like them.
They're very random looking.
Yeah, since they went extinct in I think the 30s when they officially got declared extinct, there's hundreds of sightings every year. So that's
cool.
one that just it captures my imagination.
Yeah.
Like, it
Yeah.
could still be out there. People have
Yeah.
looked for it. They've tried to find it, but
Well,
that's
they-
one that
they,
I think
they
they'll
found
find.
that new anaconda too. Just like last week or whatever.
Yeah.
The new breed of anaconda, giant anaconda. So
Sweet.
they're finding shit all the time.
Yeah, it's crazy. Number 2, classic Loch Ness.
Yeah,
Nessie.
Loch
Nessie.
Nessie, baby.
That one's cool.
Yeah, I
is
got
a
her
cool-
on the back of my car in
Yeah.
the window. Of course, as a kid, you're like, it's a dinosaur.
Of course.
Like, living,
it's like
in
got
a lake.
an underground like exit to the ocean in
Exactly,
its lake
yeah.
or something.
Don't know that I lean towards that anymore. I'm kind of leaning towards
Giant sturgeon.
like it's some kind of giant eel or fish or something that
big, you
that
think?
they think that could grow that big. And eels would be able to get back in and
Maybe
out
like
of
an
the loch.
oarfish. You ever seen those
Yeah,
oar
those big,
fishes?
yeah,
like
something
30
like that.
feet
Yeah,
long?
because when they did a big study a couple years ago where they do eDNA, which is where you can scoop up. So like in a lake, you take up lake water, and they're able to isolate the DNA of everything that's been in that water.
Right.
Because you're always
okay,
shedding
the waste and
You're always
skin
shedding
or
waste and skin
whatever.
and all that
yeah,
kind of stuff.
Okay.
And they got the biggest percentage of that was eel that they did not expect to get. So
I wonder if there are there eels in the loch already?
there are smaller eels, but it didn't match any of those, so it was like a different kind of like eel DNA that
Did they
they
figure
did not
out how
expect.
deep that sucker is? Do they
It
know
is.
how?
There's some. I'm gonna say off the top of my head, a couple miles or kilometers, however many kilometers,
that deep,
But
huh?
it is gigantic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I knew it was a big lake. I knew they're really deep
And
too.
it does have access out to the ocean, but there's
That's
points
what I'm
where it gets
saying.
so low that obviously like a dinosaur could make it, but
Yeah.
eels could get in and out of the lake, or there might be underground, caves or something like that. That they don't
Hollow
know about.
Earth
yeah,
theory.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's my number 2, kind of a classic, and then number 1, I'm gonna specifically narrow it down to Bigfoot, which would be like what you would say for the like classic Pacific Northwest.
Yeah.
Right.
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch, yeah.
Because there's 1,000 different names for him or whatever,
Sure.
but that classic California, Oregon, Washington,
Bigfoot.
British Columbia,
Yeah.
Alaska kind of Bigfoot. Just he's my dude, Harry.
He's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
My favorite's
like-
Mothman.
Yeah, Mothman. Mothman's a good
What a
one.
turd.
Mothman is a good
Motherfucker's
one.
Weak,
Yep.
dude. He's
Mothman.
weak, dude. What does he just like fly around with some bright eyes on a bridge? What's he do? He don't even do nothing.
He's a harbinger of doom.
Of doom.
Yeah.
He's
Oh,
basically
that's right,
Silver
that Richard
Surfer.
Gere movie. The
Yeah.
Silver Surfer.
He's
Mothman
a
and
Silver
I will smack you upside your head, boy.
basically what he's doing.
Silver
I mean-
Surfer. I just had to like get to this light over here. It's great, you know. Like I just really love this light. Is that Mothman right there? It's like, oh hey, you know, this lamp right here. It's great. I just love it.
Mothman's great. He got a lot of great stories.
He does,
Whatever,
and
dude.
he's
Bad things happen.
he's
Mothman. Don't
well.
bring
That's the
nothing.
thing is he causing it or is he warning people about it?
And is he
Is he
jumping
altruistic?
dimensions?
They
Yeah.
saw him on the bridge right before it collapsed.
Yeah, he's been seen in
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, now they see him in Chicago, up
What?
near Chicago. Look up Chicago Mothman. They have
Yeah.
seen this flying black
Giant.
winged creature flying around like O'Hare and shit.
And the thing
Yeah.
is, it could be some sort of like Concorde, some big ass bird in some instance. But some of the stories people have with the experiences with him from West Virginia is pretty frightening.
Yeah,
The one that I think is probably pretty likely a cryptid that I would be more apt to believe in than most is Chupacabra.
Chupacabra. Yeah,
A
very popular
mutated
one.
animal,
Like
you know,
a
yeah.
little like blood drinking mammal dog thing or something. It's like a groundhog with fangs or
Yep.
something.
It's just slowly morphed
I mean,
over time.
when you talk about the desert, to me, anything's possible. Like it's just, like
Desert's
it's
a
such
harsh
a crazy
environment,
place
yeah.
that, like, I mean, for you to survive out there, you got to be fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Like, especially an animal, you know, like, and like you're constantly hunting because you have to, you know, like because food's just not everywhere. You know,
I mean, I
like,
believe there are things out there, obviously, like aliens and, you know, animals and things that we don't necessarily haven't discovered. But I mean, like, some of these cryptids are a little much.
There's
Some
some of
crazy
them are,
ones.
but
Some of them are a little
some of them are very interesting, and it goes with when we were talking on our conspiracy episode. I was talking about how I love the Skinwalker Ranch.
The Skinwalker
And,
Ranch, and you were talking
and it's
about
one of
the
those things
Sky
where
Sounds,
I want to
too.
believe the Skywalker Ranch because everything there is so interesting, and then it leads me to believing into the parallel universe and the jumping of universes. And these are
You
just
think that's
creatures
where
that are
they're
just
coming
popping into a
from?
universe that they don't know what they're doing. They're probably just as
no,
scared as we are, wanting to get the hell out of here. You know, and so that helps with all that little fantasy. That's
Yeah.
the fun fantasy.
I've kind of grown into that one, accepting that maybe it's a physical thing that exists, but like there's just two kind of universes
these
over top of
grubbing-
each other, and this thing pops up and people see
The
it. and are like,
borders
what
have
the
been
fuck? And
blurred
then it
or
goes,
something, and you've seen
Yeah.
something.
So I did make a list of some of just my favorite names, real quick. This is just on names alone. The Snallygaster. Got to be at the top of the list. That's good. You got to look him up. He's from Maryland. It's a dragon bird combo that has tentacles that come out of its mouth.
that sounds
I like
awesome.
this.
Yeah.
That sounds like a D&D
Yeah,
monster.
He is straight. Look up some pictures of
That's
Snallygaster.
He definitely does
Snallygaster.
D10
Yeah.
damage.
He does, yeah. The Rougarou is from Louisiana. That's like a werewolf.
Ruh-roh.
Of course,
Yeah.
I could. If you say
It's
that
a
name, I
werewolf?
think I
Yeah.
could have, in 3 chances, guessed that
Guessed
was from
Louisiana,
Louisiana.
yeah.
That sounds like a
Yeah.
Louisiana name.
Oh, come on down Cajun country with
Yeah.
the roo-roo-roo. Oh,
As our
with
buddy-
the letterhead. Oh.
As our buddy Matt would say, a werewolf.
A werewolf.
Yeah, werewolf.
Shout out, Matt.
Shout out, Matt. Pope Lick Monster. That's a local one from Louisville.
Oh, I think I've heard of
It's
that
like
one.
a goat man that haunts this
Oh.
big railroad trestle, and at least a couple people a year die because they go out on this elevated railroad trestle.
Fall.
Look for it, and then a train comes,
Get
and you're
caught out
you're
there.
just stuck in the middle of
Yeah,
this
it's
or
like
whatever.
not one
yeah.
of like one of those Lost Boys ones where they hang from the bottom.
Exactly,
Jesus.
yeah. Mongolian deathworm. That's a fun one.
What? That
Yeah.
sounds terrible.
That sounds like from Beetlejuice.
Yeah, it's basically it's like
Sandworm.
Death
am I right?
worm.
Yeah, death worm. Yeah,
Is it like big?
yeah, it's Mongolia. It's like like
Supposed to
10
be-
feet long. It can spit like poison and stuff. That comes up.
What?
Yeah,
It's another
so
D&D. I bet it does
Damn, this sounds like purple worm
a
and D&D.
D12 poison damage.
Damn.
It's like
so-
over
what's
time.
the old '80s movie with the why is it escaping my head? Andy loves it.
Oh, Beetlejuice?
No,
Dune?
the big worm that comes up out of the ground and like
Oh, Trimmers.
Oh,
Trimmers, yeah, Trimmers. It was coming
Trimmers,
out. Yeah,
of
I couldn't think of
course.
it. Yeah, so it's kind of like that.
Graboids.
So that's a fun one. The Mapinguari is a fun one. That's down
Okay.
in Brazil in the Amazon. It's basically looks like a giant sloth, but it has a mouth in the middle of its
What?
stomach.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Dude,
Yeah.
that the rainforest is a terrifying place.
You could
Only
say it's in the Amazon. You'd be like, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's what I'm
maybe.
saying, dude.
Why
we don't
not?
know what's down there.
Could
you don't
be.
know what's in the bottom of the ocean. We don't know what's in that Amazon jungle,
Could be.
bro.
And then the last one I had just for fun name is the Mokele Mbembe
Ooh.
from the Congo.
That's sexy.
Oh man, he's gonna be a lottery pick next
And
year.
it-
Great rebounder.
he's got a
rim
great
protector.
wingspan, big wingspan. And that's basically just like the Loch Ness. It's basically a dinosaur in this giant lake in the Congo that locals there say is 100%
Yeah.
real.
That's kind of like what was that one lake that had the giant snapping turtle?
Oh, that's actually in
Monroe.
Indiana.
Yes.
It's northern Indiana. It's
They drained it and shit too, didn't they? Trying to find this thing.
I can't think of the
Joyce showed me that
name of it.
Imagine
Oh,
a
I've got
giant
the,
snapping
that
turtle.
Monroe fake story where
the
said
Beast
that,
of Busco.
Oh, the Beast of
the
Busco.
Beast
Yeah,
of
it's a giant
Busco,
snapping
yeah,
turtle.
they
that-
were saying
they
that.
drained the lake to try to.
Yeah,
find
they were
it,
trying
you
to
know?
find us. Yeah, and they couldn't.
And there was that viral
Yeah.
story that was fake about the snapping turtle attack at Monroe that
yeah.
fucked somebody, like tore their leg off or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
Like I was like, come on now.
people, yeah.
I mean, snapping turtle do some damage. They ain't gonna tear your leg off.
Yeah.
Not,
So
not
pretty
anything here. You got to
cool.
get into the
So-
alligator snapping turtles.
And there were a couple of those Indiana ones that a lot of the Indiana ones are just like one off, like that one. They haven't seen that turtle since like the 50s or something. There's lots of like different kind of monsters, kind of Bigfoot like creatures, but they see it like once or twice, and then that's like the story or
We were
whatever.
talking about weird names or whatever. My dad, when we used to go out to my grandma and grandpa's house, who lived out on like Hillview Lake out by Valonia. They had like this little private lake, and my dad said when they would go out there during the summer, him and my uncles, his brothers, they would stay out there, and Grandpa Beatty would tell a story about this creature called Gully Wampus.
The Gully Wampus.
Yeah, and he was
yeah.
like it was an aquatic creature. It was like kind of an alligator, and it had like 6 legs and one big red eye in the middle of his head, is what Dad
I
said.
love it.
This
I
is all
was
just
like,
Dungeons and Dragons.
I know,
Gully
it's what it
Wampus.
is. Yeah, the names
it.
even. I love
I
it.
love
Yeah.
it, dude. I was like, they would
That's
tell
so-
like those
that's
ghost
so great.
stories out there. At the
Yeah,
lake
it's
when
so
they were
great.
little.
So I picked a couple just local ones.
Yeah, I'm
to
interested
talk
in
about
these.
real quick. First one's the Mill Race Monster from Mill Race Park in Columbus.
Oh, that's
Okay.
right down the way here.
This is
Okay.
from the 70s. Some group of girls was out one day in November, middle of the day, and reported that this big, green, hairy, kind of Bigfootish kind of creature from the Black
Green.
Lagoon kind of thing came out from the trees, ran towards them. They went to the police and reported it.
Oh wow.
And then, unrelated to that, same day, there were 2 women that saw the exact same thing. Said it looked more like green slime, and it actually scratched their car. They went to the police. They had scratches on their car. Could have come from anything, obviously, but. And so the police were like, okay, well, that's interesting. A couple days later, so the story came out in the Republic. People heard about it.
Okay.
Day or two later, 2 men, dog catchers that worked in Columbus, claimed that he saw the monster and that they ended up chasing it away back into some trees or whatever. But the dog catcher said it obviously just looked like a guy with a green mask and some blankets hanging on him, is what he said.
Some stoner. In
It
the
did lead to
70s
the park
causing
being
havoc.
closed, though. They did close the park for several days.
What?
Because hundreds of people were coming out at night
Trying to find him.
to find it and hunt it.
Oh, of course, got the posse militia.
Yeah, dude's gonna bite off more than he can chew.
Ain't letting no Bigfoot illegal
Take my
in my
town.
Columbus. Get on out.
He ain't no taxpayer.
Exactly, yeah. So one of the original women in 2015 did do an interview, and she said, listen, like, it was not a person that, like, it was the 70s, like, there's not that, it's Columbus, Indiana. There's not going to be that good of masks and costumes or
Right,
whatever. And
yeah.
she said it was not a person. And she said it terrified us. We were really scared for our lives. Like,
I mean,
it was a real
green
thing.
giant monster, bro. I mean, damn.
A police officer that same year came out and said, "Yeah, a guy told me it was just him. He jumped in a lake and got all slimy and was trying to scare people or whatever." So it hasn't been seen since then.
Okay.
But is kind of a famous kind of local
That's fun,
story.
though.
That's
You
cool.
know,
That's
was
pretty-
it? Yeah, was it just a dude in a costume that was able to scare some people? You know, was it one of those little time slip things where
Right.
it just
If just this creature showed up and
No, man.
started
was
chasing
around.
things because it was scared.
That's multiple eyewitnesses.
I mean, the
though.
river's kind of right there through Columbus
Yeah.
too, so it could have just been traveling down,
traveling
you know?
down the
Yeah.
rivers, because that's a pretty big. Yeah, we reached the Ohio River and White River are big river systems.
Yeah, so-
That's what I always like about certain ones too, is when there's multiple different people
multiple-sided.
seeing
Yeah.
stuff
Just
in like
one
a couple days, and you're just
Yeah.
kind of like, okay,
could be.
you know?
It's something was there,
Yeah.
whether it was a dude or something. So-
Especially
Mill
back in-
race though, that's pretty close.
especially back in those days too, because I mean, you didn't have the internet. News cycle wasn't 24/7,
right.
like so,
Right, it
like
was all word of mouth.
somebody
Yeah,
somebody
newspaper.
see it, and then if somebody sees it an hour later, that wasn't like,
Yeah,
hey,
they weren't
go say,
coordinated. Yeah,
they
didn't see
it's,
that on Facebook to,
that's-
you know,
could
be a
some-
troll.
Something
Exactly,
real's
yeah.
out there doing something. you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So another close one. This is from Jennings County, so
Oh,
just
wow.
a county over. It's called the Crosley Monster. There's a fish and wildlife area
Right,
called
yeah,
Crosley Fish and
yeah,
Wildlife
they got a-
area over there, kind of towards like
There's a
outside of
shooting range
Vernon.
there. I used to shoot guns with my dad
Oh,
over
yeah.
there. Got a real nice shooting
Yeah,
range
it's past
there.
like Vernon. Kind of you're
Yeah,
going
yeah,
down
yeah.
7 or 3. I can't remember which one. I think
there's a
I think
monster
Highway
over
7.
here? Okay.
There have been reports, kind of going back to the 60s, the 50s, of people having seen stuff out there. But the biggest one was from 2006 with a group of teenagers, which you can kind of take that maybe with a grain of salt. Some
Right.
teenagers just trying to goof around.
Yeah.
They were out hunting, spending the night camping out there, and kind of heard some sounds. Were looking around, shining their spotlights and stuff back there. Couldn't see anything. Finally came across a pair of glowing yellow-orange eyes. Said the creature the eyes were at least 7 feet up
What?
from the ground. Said you couldn't get really good look at it, but you could see there was a shape of something back there. Eventually, they kind of went towards it, and it made enough noise and stomping around that it freaked them out. That they ended up taking off. And
I saw a 7-foot figure. I would not engage.
exactly right. You're just like,
What are we doing here?
I mean, Jennings County could be some good old boys. You never know,
Talk a little shit and go run off. You know?
Exactly, yeah.
What you doing on over there, boy? Come on out.
We'll get you. And so it ended up chasing them off, and they said there was something on 2 feet chasing after them through the woods
Terrifying.
until they got
I
up to
would
the highway.
piss in my pants.
Exactly right. Or you could be like this one kid, and a couple weeks later he went back out there.
Why?
You gotta go hunting. He was squirrel hunting. You know, you gotta eat. And he heard this screaming sound, like a high pitched
What?
kind of woman screaming sound, which is often
Ooh.
reported with Bigfoot reports. Is it sounds like a woman screaming in the woods,
Really?
you know?
Okay.
And same kind of thing. He ended up getting a good look, but this time he saw the whole thing, and he said it was like your classic kind of Bigfoot looking creature. And again, it chased after him until he was able to get away. And that was the last time there's been a big report about it. But again, it's been reported since the 50s. I get about a dozen or so, reports of it here and there. But there is like a resource officer or whatever out there that says like there's no way. There's I've been out here, I've never seen anything. But again,
right.
that doesn't mean anything.
Right.
Just because you don't see it, don't mean it's not.
Doesn't mean
there.
it doesn't exist. Yeah, so that's kind of a local Bigfoot, which does.
nice.
There are the BFRO is the Bigfoot Field Researchers Organization.
That's a
It
real
is
thing.
like the official.
They go search him out.
Yes,
They,
that you
look-
said like
chase down
MUFON.
leads.
Yeah. MUFON. It's basically MUFON for Bigfoot.
That's
There's been
hilarious.
82 official reports in the state of Indiana.
82.
Which is low,
That's
compared
low?
to it's low compared to
That
because
seems like a bunch.
From Washington.
you go over to Ohio, and Ohio's like the 5th highest reported state
Is that right?
in the
Oh, I didn't
country.
know that.
Yeah,
I
they've
thought
got
it was all up in the Pac
all
Northwest.
Yeah, no, you all that like southeastern Ohio going into the mountains. And
Yeah,
western stuff like
really?
that.
Huh.
June 2020 was the last Bigfoot official Bigfoot
Really?
report. Washington County. And then May of 2020, Brown County, Yellowwood State Forest. There was
Dude,
a report.
Jesse Spurgeon and Inkle King and Jesse's dad Steve, they told me when I lived out in Freetown that there's some kind of creature out in Houston, right up there by the Indiana National Forest, Houston and Kurtz area, that they would go up there and go hunting for deer, and they found a whole area up there of the woods far away from civilization where like all of the vegetation up to 7.5 feet on the trees was eaten off by something, you know, and deer can't get up that high.
Yeah. A
And
bear
like,
can't reach up that high.
bear's not going to get up there, not going to eat the vegetation anyway. But it was just like it had stripped all the trees, the tree bark and stuff for a huge area. And they think there's something up there. They don't know what that was.
But yeah.
The holler, man, yeah.
Yeah.
Be anything out in that
Terrified
shit.
me,
Yeah.
bro. I was like, what is 7 feet tall eating? They got like a
Rusty.
raptor out
Rusty.
here. He's got the arms. He was on his knees picking on the trees 8 feet up. Shout out Rusty. Love
Shout
you,
out
bro.
Rusty, yeah. So my last two are a little more off the wall, and I thought just kind of more fun. They're not
Okay.
super local. They're both from Anderson, Indiana, which is
Okay.
kind of like you're going
Okay.
towards Muncie up that
Yeah.
way. We'll start with the probably the we'll say the more normal of the two.
Okay.
This is a thing called the puckwudgie.
Awesome. I like that
That's
name.
a good name.
Yep, and that's a name that comes from the Lenape or the Delaware people that
Oh,
live
it's
here.
an Indian name. Okay.
Yep. Before us, they've had these reports for hundreds and hundreds of years. And you'll love this one, Jared. It is basically a 2 to 3 foot tall troll-like creature
Oh, cool.
that lives in the forest.
Okay.
Wears like crude little bits of clothing here and there.
Oh, they're going to say he wears Abercrombie. And only wears Abercrombie.
And basically used to have like used to get along with the Indian tribes, that lived up there,
Okay.
Native American
A
tribes.
spurned little forest
but
creature.
something happened
Hobbit.
that it's
Yeah.
kind of taken aback by people. now.
Industrialization.
Is what it is.
Peace
yeah.
treaty was broken.
Exactly,
running him
yeah.
out of his habitat.
He watched the people-
deforestation.
The
Yeah.
people he liked got ran out. And he's like, wait,
Puckwudgie's
hold
a
on.
protector of the forest realm.
Exactly.
Maybe
yeah.
it's Tom Bombadil.
Could
Listen,
be. Could
no.
be. No, Jared says no. Yeah, no. But the Mounds State Park in Anderson is the biggest collection of reports. It's seen in different forests all over Indiana, but that's the big one. They're considered to be tricksters. So if you're out in the forest and you have some acorns thrown at you, or
Okay.
some sticks or something that's thrown at you, or if you hear sounds that lead you in one way, it's known that if you see one, people can get disoriented. Almost like it's trying to lure you off of
Nice,
the
off
direction you're supposed to be
path
going.
To get you
yeah,
out in the woods.
to get you
It's an
kind of
illusionist,
and out
little
in the woods.
gremlin.
Yeah.
It's an illusionist, huh?
The first official report was 1927. An amateur archaeologist claimed to have spotted a little man with blonde, dull hair that covered his head almost like a helmet.
Bowl cut.
Yeah, a little bowl cut. Yeah, a little bowl cut. He was mad about his bowl cut. And then reports have come in from that of people all the time. Kids see him a lot and saying it's like there was a little man my size that would talk, but I couldn't understand what it was saying.
What?
That would like try to get me to play out in the
Like
forest
an
or whatever.
Ewok, man. Yub.
Yeah. And so that is a
I like
puckwudgie.
those,
Yeah,
man.
so
They
it's kinda
sound
fun.
like the little brownies from Willow. Like, what was it? Like,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
we're ready to cat.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's
yeah.
what they
like
were, yeah.
not necessarily trying to hurt you, but just mess with you.
Yeah,
you
little
know?
tricksters.
Yeah.
Nice. I like that.
So
I
that-
like the puckwudgie.
Yeah,
That's cool.
It's a fun one. And there's some cool drawings out there if you go like
Yeah,
look
I'm gonna
at
look
them.
that one up.
There's some fun
That's
drawings.
pretty cool.
The last one I had never heard of this one. This is another one of those one-off, but I couldn't like pass it up because it's just a weird. What is it?
Okay.
This is from a GM plant that used to be in Anderson, Indiana. It's not there anymore.
Okay.
These are called the oil pit squids.
Oh, that sounds gross.
Yeah.
Sounds real. Like
this
one
and
could-
this is something I could definitely believe. This is from 1996.
some chemicals.
So
reacting.
there was a GM plant there, and they have these sludge pits where they put a combination of antifreeze, stripper, oil, and a chemical they use to coat bumpers with in these big
That
pits.
sounds healthy.
The workers were stirring it around, and one of the workers pulled a creature out of it
What?
that he said was 6 to 8 inches long, had tentacles, and what looked like little eyes in it. And was like, what is this thing?
What?
They put it in a jar and put it up in their like office. Like, we got to go show somebody this. Like, there's something mutating down here or whatever. Come back a few days later, that jar's gone.
What? Who
No
took
idea.
it?
No idea who took it. They reported it to the people at the plant. The Indiana Department of Environmental Management and the EPA were both contacted. They came out and investigated it. Their official report was, it's a type of bacteria that when fresh water gets into this combination of organic materials down here can spurn off and look like something, but it's no big deal. It's not a big deal.
6 to 8 inches with tentacles and eyes, that's a big deal. That's a face hugger.
Living in chemicals that
That's
would
a
like
face
evaporate
hugger.
us.
6 to 8 inches could cover your face. It could suck your brain out of your nose.
Very much so could, yes.
Bro, what?
That's terrifying.
Yeah. And there's no explanation as to what happened to that specimen. It was
Men in
big
Black
enough,
came and cleaned it up.
could be big enough that it eventually became a headline in the Sun.
Oh, wow.
Okay, the tabloid?
The tabloid, yeah.
Oh,
Of course,
sweet.
and I saw if you look up the
Right behind Bat Boy.
the cover, it made the front cover, and they had
Oh, right.
alien squid found in Indiana or whatever,
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But that was, of course, that
6 to 8 inches.
You
dog.
never know
Hell
when you're
no.
doing all those chemicals and like making waste and
Yeah.
you know,
Probably
like,
some good old boy saw it in
making
there and be
something.
like, "Oh, look at that, man! There's some
Dinner.
That'd be good catfish bait."
well, it probably would
well,
be.
it would be, yeah. But what is spurning little squids?
Bro,
Of course,
I don't know. In like a pit of chemicals.
Yeah, you never know, man.
yeah.
Never know what
Jeff
you're
Goldblum
making.
says, "Life finds a way."
Exactly. You never know. Yeah. So that was some local Indiana ones that I thought were just kind of fun.
That is
Yeah, those are
cool.
good.
I like the puck
Some fun
wedgies,
stories.
man.
That's
Probably my favorite
I
too,
like
the puck wedgie.
wedgie.
Yeah.
But those squids sound very plausible. Like
Yeah,
if
I
that
was
was
saying,
an
like, you
afternoon
get
segment,
in,
I
like-
would probably pick the squids as the most
Yeah.
realistic one.
It's like, I mean, in another 100 years or so, like what kind of creatures are going to start spawning from like our dumps and stuff?
yeah.
You know, like
I already got creatures spawning from my dumps.
Yeah. From
Golgothan.
like just years of like mixing things together and you know it's like-
Forever chemicals and stuff and
Yeah.
microplastics down
They're
at the
finding
bottom.
microplastics in like newborn babies'
Use blood.
feces.
well
and
there's
stuff.
there's
Like,
there's that town where 3M. Did you ever read
Oh,
about
yeah.
that? Where 3M they started doing the those pot and pan stick free.
Yeah,
and then
the Teflon.
then everyone that lives in that area has the Teflon particles in their bloodstream.
blood, yeah.
It's
They
like
said
in
they
their
just
DNA now.
tested like the urine out of like 6 out of 10 pregnant women's urine have Roundup in it.
Yeah.
The pesticide.
Oh yeah.
Like,
So it's like, so when you start doing that and thinking about like all these chemicals and things being mixed, I mean, especially like a landfill, you throw in all these chemicals and stuff. You got worms and all these beetles and all these different bugs.
worms.
You get all these different, and they start living in these chemicals for 100
That's
years.
how
and they
Godzilla got
start-
made.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Is
who knows what's-
Godzilla
who knows what
cryptid
we're
or is
making.
he something
Ooh,
else? He's a
that's
kaiju. He's a
yeah,
kaiju.
He's a kaiju.
He's
He's a kaiju.
Well, he shows himself to everybody, so you know he exists.
He's Godzilla.
He fucks shit up.
Yeah.
He comes and
you
fucks shit up.
refer to him as Oscar winner Godzilla. Sorry.
Is that?
Yeah.
Oh, because of -1. Yeah, I wanted to see that.
I want to see that
too.
so bad.
Damn,
They said
man.
that like all the Godzilla people that I follow and stuff, they said it's the best Godzilla since like the 40s, 50s.
I wish there were
because
some
they-
dragon cryptids.
Because they said that they in -1 they really it's the first Godzilla movie in decades to where you actually cared about the humans in the story. Like there's a story to follow, and like there's more. It's not just about him, and it's about how he affected all these people's lives and the loss and the regrets and the things that they got to try to rebuild. to
Whatever, show him stepping
find
on
themselves.
buildings.
But they said that in -1 his scenes are amazing.
I want to see him do his atomic breath.
They said he does it.
Of course, he's Godzilla. That's what he does.
And you
beast.
said dragon creature. Like, there's a
like
lot
dragons.
of researchers that think dragons did exist
They
because
absolutely did.
there's
they would not
stories
be
of them-
showing them 10,000 years ago on cave
Yeah.
drawings of flying
Well, I mean,
lizards.
and it's
lizards.
from Japan, it's from
Everywhere,
China, it's
yeah.
from Europe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know,
I mean,
like
you look at like the lizards we have now.
I bet they were probably
size-wise.
like leftover dinosaurs, like pterodactyls or something, right?
yeah, could have been. Yeah.
Of some sort. I mean, I'm sure they had feathers. They weren't fully scaly. I bet they had feathers, and like
man.
because all the
Scaly.
reptiles like that had feathers back in
Maybe
those
they
days.
just like some creatures came out of like the water of the ocean, and were like evolving and turned into like gators or something. Maybe gators had wings one time.
Yeah, I mean, it'd probably go along the time where I mean, this thing is that you can't be big and live. anymore. Really, it's hard to live when the bigger you are, the harder it is for you to live.
Yeah, I know. I'm huge.
So.
My life is hard.
He's just on one.
How did I know Jared would
He
bring
had
up how
something.
tall he is?
Yeah. There you go.
What a shocker. Jared found his
Listen.
14th straight episode to talk about how tall he is.
I love to the comment.
Have I been talking about how tall I am? I don't know.
The other day,
Got
the
called out
comment
for it. I love it.
you made about us is like, yeah, I really miss you guys screaming and yelling about shit that doesn't say.
That episode brought back all kinds of memories.
We were
You
just
guys
ranting about
PTSD,
movies and shit.
screaming about Game of Thrones to each other. Yeah.
I know, dude. But if I wouldn't have stopped him early, that whole episode would have been us just
He
screaming
didn't
about
even-
Game of Thrones.
Man, he
Josh was like, "You wouldn't let me cook, baby."
yeah, I had the oven turned on, had the skillet,
Let
but
me
wouldn't
cook,
let
son.
me cook.
No, man,
I couldn't
because
even get
I
into
knew.
all how rapey it was. I couldn't get into there wasn't dragons, there's wyverns. I couldn't get into all of this
Listen.
stuff.
Yeah. Well,
It's
we'll
all right.
get
It's
y'all
all right.
worked out. So for you two, what do you think would be the most plausible creature that you think could be found out there of all those like kind of big ones that
It's got to be Nessie. It's got to be
Well, the chupacabra is
the
definitely
aquatic
something
one
like
makes the
that.
most sense. All the aquatic ones make
Aquatic
sense.
and there's a weird theory about that too. If you look, because there's several, there's Champ, there's Ogopogo
Yeah,
in
there's a
Canada,
bunch of 'em.
and if there's a latitude range that literally every aquatic cryptid in the world falls
lives
between
in
this like
parallel or
northern
whatever.
parallel, yeah, and they think
So
that
it's
might
the
be
water,
some kind of
the
like it's the perfect
temperature.
water temperature, or there's a
Yeah.
connection of caves or something
I mean,
like
we're
that.
3/4 of the planet is water. We've not explored the ocean with any great, depth of or
We
consistency.
know there's big squids. Are
That's
there,
what I'm saying.
Is
They
there a
found
kraken
giant
out there?
squids
Yeah.
out there. That's what I'm saying. Like they keep finding bigger sharks and bigger whales and stuff. Like if the blue whale can exist, though the largest organism on the planet, then why can't something else just that big exist?
Well, something. I mean, you have to. The reason the whale it eats plankton,
Right.
And
That's
the
the thing. It's hard
is
to
with the blue
sustain
whale, when the
something
blue
that
whale
big.
shits, it actually feeds what it eats. So
Right.
it feeds the plankton and feeds everything, and then the blue whale just goes. So the blue whale is
Circle of
literally
life.
eating, and shitting out something to keep its feed. So, but you can't. I don't think something big man eater or meat eater can live.
Yeah, a
Like,
meat
it's
eater
so-
would be
it'd
hard. It's
difficult.
got to be
Yeah.
like a herbivore or like
like
a
plankton,
a
micro-
plankton eater.
yeah.
I mean that's meat
Because
technically, but
even
they're
the biggest
krill,
sharks,
yeah,
the biggest sharks aren't meat eaters. The
Right.
Greenland shark,
the basking,
the basking shark. They're all
Yeah.
peaceful, like docile
Yeah.
creatures, but they're
Yeah.
eating plankton and
Seems
things
like
like
all
that.
the giant ones seem to be more,
And that's why a
docile.
lot of the dinosaurs and a lot of those big creatures. I mean, even crocodiles shrank to live. It's one of those things. It's for something
yeah,
to
it's
be
got to be
that
an aquatic
big,
cryptid for sure.
something that
I'm
can-
probably out on Bigfoot. I mean, Yetis and Sasquatch, that kind of makes sense as a missing link kind of person. But
when
I
you-
mean, I don't think they're still around.
When you see like up close, like when you go to a zoo and stuff, and you see like a silverback gorilla, then I'm like, there could
which
be
wasn't found
something.
until like
Yeah, the
1860s
1800s,
or something.
yeah.
It makes you
like
think
that,
like
yeah.
there could be the Yeti there might be some, but then again, it's like I agree with all the naysayers. Like, well, it just sucks that anybody who sees him is a terrible photographer, or is,
I mean,
and it's
who
like,
carries around professional equipment and like, let me
Yeah.
set my
True.
tripod up while this
And then-
Sasquatch is walking
and then,
by me.
and then the whole
like-
thing where it's like, well, they're actually really sneaky, and so it's like, well, they're giant though. Like, how are you that sneaky?
They would have to be sneaky and like ridiculously good at camouflage to stay away from 7 billion people.
Yeah,
now,
or
you
just
know?
in like scent. Their scent. I mean, which their
Yeah.
scents could be really good,
That's
and that
what I
kind
would
of
think,
keeps
that they would
lets
keep
you
them away. They would
And
be
a
able
lot
to
of people
smell
report
everything.
too that you almost you get disoriented. So they've talked about, do they have infrasound like tigers
Right,
do? Like tigers are able to
yeah.
emit this sound that basically like paralyzes their prey because
They're terrified.
Yeah.
they're like, what? Or a lot of people say it just happens so fast. They're like,
Yeah.
why? You got a camera right in your pocket. Take a picture.
Yeah.
But like,
Mm-hmm.
if you were driving and you saw some crazy thing on the side of the road, you just be like, what the fuck? And then
Yeah.
like, or if you're
What
out in
was
the
that?
woods, you're not thinking, you're just like, holy shit. And it's 5 seconds. And then by the time you get your phone out,
Right.
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
I
and
mean,
you're done.
I've
Like,
been in the ocean, out in the water, throwing a football with water like up to my waist, and then all of a
Terrifying.
sudden have dolphins swim right past me. And I didn't think, I need my camera. I just sit there
You're
and
just
watch
like, oh,
them.
shit,
I was like,
yeah.
oh, this is cool, like.
A big animal.
And then I'm like,
yeah.
oh, well, at least I know I'm safe. Like, I
I
got
don't know,
3
the
dolphins.
dolphin,
Well, I'm
They're
saying
rapey.
Well, yeah,
They are rapey.
but I'd rather get raped than eaten. you
I
know?
guess that's true.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't-
so I'm dead. Like, obviously, I'm biased. I'm dead in on Bigfoot.
You're in on Bigfoot.
I've been a little bit more. Some of the people I follow are big into like, this parallel universe or is Bigfoot an alien? Like, there's a lot of UFO reports around Bigfoot.
Yeah.
But yeah, does it have some kind of special power that, like
Yeah.
you said,
Right.
it comes in and out of like reality, and that's why you find footprints and then you don't.
Right, it just
And
kind
it's
of
gone.
disappears.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
Bigfoot's definitely a fun one. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
definitely one that, like,
there's so many reports, and there's lots of there's people that study like the dermaglyphics now in footprints, and they're finding dermal ridges like you have on your toes and stuff in prints, and they're like, where I'm at, like, who is out here barefoot,
Right,
leaving,
this
like-
big, yeah,
leaving,
or
like-
fabricating a costume to this level of
exactly,
detail.
yeah. And that's,
I mean, we've got tribes of human beings that have never seen us, never
Yeah.
seen
Yeah.
white skin, and like,
Yeah.
so it's like the world is a massive place. And when you start talking about with Bigfoot too, you get out into like, I never realized how woodsy and how deep woodsy the Pacific Northwest is until I went to Seattle a few years. And I mean, they were talking. A lot of the people they were talking is like a
wild
lot
wilderness,
of a lot of
man.
that wilderness has never been seen. Like, they don't know
So
what's
I'm
in
thinking
there.
like
Can't see
like
in it from the
Russia.
sky. And
you think
can't
about
walk through
Russian
it.
Siberian taiga and the unending forests they have up there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, typically when you think about cryptids or like megafauna or something like that, they need a big open space that's
Mm-hmm.
remote of humans to grow and flourish or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And there's just so few of those places left. So that's why it's just, I don't know.
But they are-
I'm more in on aliens than the cryptids
Yeah,
personally.
I mean, all of it. I like all that, like, fun.
way
It's just such a
way more
fantasy.
probable for aliens than I
Makes
think
things
cryptids.
interesting,
If there
you
are
know?
cryptids, I think they're water ones, just because
Yeah.
there's the.
I think it'd be
ocean's
the
so
most
damn
easy.
big,
Yeah.
most believable. Yeah.
So, Dick, really appreciate you coming in.
Yeah,
man.
thanks for
Wrap
having
it
me.
up.
It was
This
a
was
great
awesome.
time.
A lot of fun. I knew it was going to be fun.
Hell yeah! Wrapping it up with the
but
boys.
before we go, go ahead and do some what we call this
Shameless
plugging.
Yeah, plug your stuff, man.
Instagram in the chips with Dick.
Nice.
Give me a follow. Watch some videos. Like I said, I try to
Great.
post like twice a week.
Dang,
Because
that's a lot of content.
you post on like a Tuesday and you're getting like 4 likes. So so I usually try to keep it like Friday, Saturday, Sunday, someone there. But I'll do a chip and then the sandwich version back to back.
Nice.
So you get kind of both of them over the weekend.
Awesome.
But yeah, appreciate the follow, and if you got chips ideas, send them to me. I'm always on the lookout. I've still got like 400 seafood. Like, don't send me, don't send me seafood. Like,
That's disgusting.
Mike has sent me everything that has ever lived in to try.
He just
And
wants you to
most
know
of
it's
them are
disgusting.
not good.
Yeah,
Like,
I just don't.
there's no combination of shrimp, crab, fish, chip that I have not tried now.
sounds
But if you
horrible.
see a weird one, somewhere, grab it. I'll pay you back for it. I'll, hook me up with it or just let me know about it. But yeah, really appreciate it.
And we'll put your Instagram
we'll link you.
address
Yeah.
in our footnotes or in our episode notes or whatever.
Awesome.
But yeah, man, really appreciate you coming. This was awesome.
Yeah.
We'll have to have you come back on again.
Yeah, good time,
Um,
guys.
Once again, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and that's it. Anybody else? Anywhere else? Fucking
Well,
posers, man.
Yeah, bro, or you can give the Melon Party hotline a call, 317-520-3168, or email us at themelonpartypod@gmail.com.
Yep. As always, we really appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next one.
Bye-bye.
Peace.
Bye.